Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Yo, we talk about lightsabers, stunning your TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, or even politics? Go ahead and tune into us, we'll give you all of it. Whatever you're debating, Xbox or PlayStation, Marvel or DC, Mac or PC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAM, no matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Welcome to Nerds Talking, the podcast. Another Friday, another show. I'm your host, Carlos. I'm here with Johnny, Laura, and a ghost from the past, Marie.
Hello. I'm making my 1-year appearance and my annual appearance, my by 6 monthly appearance or whatever it is. Hello, how are you?
Marie, what have you been up to? And what are those things sticking out of your ears?
They're earbuds.
Are they? What brand is that? That looks weird.
I
It's
don't
like little horns coming out of your
cheap-
head.
Some cheap Amazon brand.
Got it.
My mom bought them and they wouldn't connect to her phone, so she gave them to me.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And my cats are already fighting.
So
Yeah,
what you've been up
exactly.
to? What have you been up to?
I was just telling Johnny that I'm getting a degree in music, commercial music, songwriting, and arrangements.
Yeah. Does this explain you had some Facebook video that I saw
Yes.
where you were singing? What was that
Yeah.
about?
Was it my country song?
I don't know what the hell it was. It wasn't
Yeah,
any
more than
type of
one?
song. It was more yeah.
I think that's the only singing that I've done that I've put out. But I had to make a country song for intro to American pop music, and like
And you had to
it
put it on
wasn't good,
Facebook.
right? But-
So it was for a class. There was like no
Yeah.
explanation. It was just a random video of you singing. I think is the word.
I thought I put it on Instagram, but I guess I did put it on Instagram, but I guess I didn't hit the not Facebook button because it wasn't intentional to
shared,
go there.
yeah.
No, actually, Carlos sent it to me. He's like, "What the fuck is this?" And I just sent them back a bunch of question marks. I'm like, I don't interpret
It was
dance.
it
shit,
was
or-
meant it was meant for a class. We had to make a country music song, and so these were the directions. You have to write lyrics about heartbreak, trucks, drinking, boots, or work. And I was like, well, I got 3 of those covered. And so
Alright.
it was just I don't know if you heard the lyrics, but it was really about just drinking tequila after a hard day's work and fighting with your boyfriend.
Now, I over the years, my goal is to not be the worst person in the room. Was there anyone worse than you?
I don't know. I didn't watch anyone else's
What?
because I don't want to watch the cringy. I know how cringy mine was. So like I don't want to watch anyone else's that was like just as terrible. I want to see people succeed, not in their beginning stages, which is kind of fucked up, right? But I won't even listen to my own work. Like I made another song with my dad, like an actual personal song, and he's like, you have to listen to it to see what your feedback is like. I was like, I don't want to. I just want other people to tell me what to do. I don't want to listen
Carlos,
to my
do
own
you have
stuff.
it? Can you play it for us?
Oh,
Are you gonna play it?
yeah.
Don't
Hold on.
you don't want to scare your listeners. Yes. from
Nothing I do can ever good enough. The end didn't show. Looking for release in my cups. Kissing your feet and keeps me up.
Okay, stop it.
All right,
Stop it.
all right. What, Marie? What grade did you get on this?
An A for being creative.
Okay.
Actually, no, I didn't. I didn't because I didn't do it in MLA format. I got an A- because I didn't have it in MLA
Oh,
format.
that damn MLA format. Sounds like you have a real college teacher.
I mean, it sounds to me like pretty much every karaoke that I've heard, in the Midwest at a bar. So, which is to say, whatever the background track and the lyrics and the cadence sounds 100% on point with
A
classic
drunk.
American country
Oh.
music.
Thank you. I
So,
appreciate you, Laura. That's exactly what I was looking
A-minus.
for.
Yes,
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
reinforce.
What was that microphone you were using?
It was just like a little YouTube, the ones that YouTubers and TikTokers use. It's like
Oh,
this
love.
one. Costs like $5.
Oh, really?
Your microphone looks much like your ear pods. Just hella big. There it is.
This is the one that Carlos bought me.
Yeah, that's the one.
I love it every night.
Man, that mic looks like it smells.
Gross.
That's it. Nothing
Well,
else. That's it.
Thank you. I appreciate Laura's feedback. That was
Yeah.
constructive and helpful.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Nice tits.
that's-
Like
If I could- You want
It's
constructive
XL.
feedback from me? I'd construct a house over you or a box and close it up.
You guys are the one that played it.
Putting
You
your holes
guys
in
are
it.
the one that played it. Wait, did you hear the lyrics though? I was like, what did I say? I was like, the only
No.
time my boyfriend is when we bone. Something blocks me on the telephone. And he's just like, I'm like, it was funny, right?
And this is for a
never mind.
pop class, a pop, right? Why a country
Yeah.
song?
Because country is part of the evolution of contemporary music in general. It goes from jazz to bluegrass to art, like jazz to minstrel, jazz, R&B, bluegrass, and country is like the third generation of contemporary music that came out of minstrel music, and it has changed the entire world. But even though country was kind of for a particular group of people, it still had a lot of influences on the entire genre of pop as a whole.
Yeah, sounds like something menstrual was going on when you were singing. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Shut the
yeah.
I'm with Marie on that.
That was a
Shut
song from the
fuck up.
menstrual era.
You know, I really didn't know that the word minstrel was a word for a long time, and I still keep saying
That-
menstrual.
Yeah,
And I was like, Siri can't get this right. I don't know why it's spelling minstrel. And I just feel so dumb for not knowing what that is, and two, just getting the two words mixed up entirely. Like, oh, these people are very
men, not
unfeminist.
men.
Oh, wait, no, that means black people, black character
Minstrel.
shows. Shit. Oh my God,
Yeah,
I felt so dumb.
Yeah.
Felt
Oh,
so stupid.
minstrel.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, minstrel is just a derivative of just basically black music, right? A bunch of
No,
people,
it's like it's not
copying their
black music.
styling.
No, it's not of black music. It's of caricatures of black caricatures that are bad for the image of black people that white people enforce onto them. Like, you know, certain things that they do, certain things that they eat, certain ways that they look. It's that like making fun of them kind of stuff. It's not good.
Yeah, but it took their music styling in the performances, correct?
Took is a nice word to say it. It's more like stole. We basically stole everything in terms of music from black people. Basically everything is stolen from them. So anyway, that's that's
Music
I didn't mean to
history
like
101. Nerds talking the podcast. You didn't know you'd get it. That's the thing. That's why you
Music
tune in,
nerds.
right?
And what can you do with this degree that you're going after, Marie?
and
And why did you decide to go for it? Why music?
Why music? Well, I mean, why not music? Doesn't everyone love it? I just wanted originally I wanted to
I
like
used
start
to
writing my own
till what I
music.
just heard 3 minutes ago.
Shut the fuck up. Carl thinks he's so funny tonight. He is not that hilarious. You know what's hilarious is your face. Shut up.
I used to like it until I went through a menstrual cycle just now.
You guys are the worst.
That's why you only do this once a year, yeah?
Yeah, it's because I chose to do it only once a year, not because you guys didn't invite me. That's right. So yeah, I wanted to do something that was better than journaling because I didn't feel like it was really helpful. And I try to tell people about like my thoughts and my feelings, and I always feel like I'm way too poetic for people. So I'm thinking maybe I can just write down lyrics or poem and maybe people can hear them. And they can finally understand in an artsy way what I'm going through. Because I just feel like people think I'm crazy, even though it's not really anybody's business what I go through, right? And so I wrote a song about my ex, the tall blonde white guy right there. You know, Carlos, the one that you've seen before.
Oh yes, tall skinny guy. Yeah.
The one that you thought was like in his 30s and he's
Yeah, when he's
hella
like in
old.
his 50s or 60s. Man, he's a good looking dude.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Motherfucker. Anyway, so I wrote a song about him and I was like, this shit needs to come out. I really need to want to put this one out. So I was like, oh, I'll just take like a vocal class because it'll be free at the college, and a piano class to go with it. And then, you know, one thing leads to another. Now I'm taking the whole thing. So, you know, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But right now I'm in like way too many classes and I'm struggling a little bit but it's all free because I'm poor.
Well, I mean, education, if anything, it just opens a door to learning new things about yourself, right? That's always my perspective. I'm a lifelong learner. And if I had the time, God, believe me, I would be enrolling in community college stuff just for the funsies of it. But like, I love education and I love that kind of lifelong learning path.
I'm an intermediate voice now too, if you could believe it.
Who
Intermediate,
judges
huh?
this? Yeah, who
Oh.
judges this? Like, where do you
the
get
teachers.
this? Oh,
I don't necessarily think it's because I sing good, but I just do what I'm supposed to be doing, like, practicing and technique building and stuff.
it's like every when you first sign up for martial arts, like if you go for a month straight, you get that black stripe on your belt. You're progressing. You're still a
all
white
about-
belt.
You're
Right,
trying.
Yeah, and guess what? I'm not the worst singer. My dad said I was the best out of all the beginners.
Wait, is he your teacher?
No, he just came to see my final recital.
Okay. You had a recital? How old are you?
Wow. Yeah.
my first recital, you guys, ever.
What was he like too? A father of a girl who's not young anymore.
My mom didn't want to go.
Yeah.
He's standing in the aisle with the old ass camcorder.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He's got the flash with the gunpowder in it.
The curtain
Oh.
behind it. He's getting underneath it.
Oh, the ultimate dream, the ultimate goal for you, Marie, is to get a jingle out there for
See, that's
right, because
Yeah.
if you get that jingle, if it goes nationwide, you don't
TikTok.
ever have to work again.
You're set.
TikTok. Right. No, that's why I'm not necessarily focusing on the instrument part as like the production part, the composition part. I just need like 1, 2, or 3 little sweet chords. And I don't even necessarily need to sing that great. I just need to be able to put it on TikTok so people can dance to it.
Can you make money from TikTok nowadays?
Hell yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's how TikTok has ruined music. Everything
You
has
gotta
to
get
be in TikTok form.
big. You have
Well,
to get
I mean,
big to make
Yeah,
money.
get big on TikTok, and then even get bigger on OnlyFans, and then we'll go from there. We'll go from
Stop
there.
it. Shut the fucking Johnny.
I'll pay for that recital. Wink.
Oh my god, you're gross, but
Sorry,
that's funny.
Marie.
I have to leave in 20 minutes.
You had a soccer game?
Mm-hmm.
Is it
No,
with
you
those
don't.
tiny,
Come on.
tiny goals? I drove by.
The homeless people.
Yeah, I drove by the
behind
bridge
the
other
fire
day.
department there.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
All right.
that game's got to be so freaking fast, right?
It's not, no. You would think, but it's not, because it's meant for homeless people that aren't necessarily good. Don't you know what I mean? Like,
Homeless people
It's
are
meant
really
for-
playing soccer? Is that you're playing with homeless people?
No, they have a
no,
league.
not in this particular league, but it with the style of soccer is called homeless street soccer, or homeless street cup, or homeless street soccer, or something like that. It's meant, what it was meant and set up for was for homeless people to have resources. And so when they have a World Cup, which they have every year, this year they had in Sacramento, but you have to have at least been homeless for the last 6 months, according to your country, in order to qualify for as a player in the World Cup. So it's not like your team makes it, you just have to be homeless, for like legit homeless. So it's like, it's really like a real resource for people to feel better about themselves.
They didn't rename it. They're supposed to call them unhoused now. That's the
Hmm.
legal term, anyway.
Okay, well,
Well, I don't know. They didn't
let's
send me
go.
any kind of email or memo, so I don't know.
Wait,
All
are
right.
you homeless?
No, does this look like I'm homeless?
No, it doesn't. I'm just like is it so small that it doesn't count as a home anymore? I don't know real estate, so I don't know. But I'm just saying you're playing in the homeless league. How is that?
This is like an actual women's league, though. This is like something that
Homeless
the
women?
team- Could you imagine? What a shock!
Oh my god. Such hot bitches just running back and forth down the field.
scratching their arms and their necks and fucking pass me the ball.
Like, I got this. Don't trip. No, it's so
The
bad.
ball gets
That's so
stolen every
mean.
game.
Where's the ball? I sold it for smack.
Oh my goodness. You guys
Y'all are
terrible.
making me sad.
Game over.
This is
See
a
you next
depressing
week.
episode.
Ref pulls out a card. Where the fuck is my yellow card? God damn it! Who stole my yellow card? He has a white 3x5 card that has yellow written on it. All right, I'm sorry. What were we talking about?
Let's take a break right now. We'll come back with our review of the Netflix doc American Nightmare. Be back in a second.
New episodes of Nerds Talking every Friday. And don't forget about Taco Tuesdays every Tuesday, only here on the Nerds Review Network.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking, the podcast. I'm still here with Johnny, Laura, and Marie still stuck around. Thanks for sticking around, Marie.
Thanks for having me.
So we all
I
watched.
asked them, look, wait, no, hold on. I want to say something. I asked them to be on their Barbie episode, and then they were like, yeah, for sure, you'll be on the Barbie episode. 4 months later, they did it, and I didn't even get contacted for it. And I asked him, Carlos, I said, what happened to me? He said, oh, well, we only did it last week. I was like, but you still didn't hit me up. And then he didn't respond. He didn't respond.
Oh,
That
that's
sounds
right,
about
yeah.
right.
Because
But
it
you
was-
wanted to you wanted to go see the movie like the next weekend, and then
After the Flash one,
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And
after
it
the
took
Flash
us
episode.
4 months to do it, and then we actually didn't. I think Lafayette brought it up. I'm like, oh yeah, we saw it, so we talked about it. It wasn't planned.
I still haven't seen it, by the way.
Oh, good thing I called you 4 fucking months ago. Jesus Christ.
Way to make
It
your
was-
case, Marie.
I heard it
No
was pretty good.
percent.
I can't believe she got snubbed. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
All
I was
right.
just
Well,
fucking
we
with you.
all saw Marie. You saw American Nightmare, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I did my homework.
All right. So we also saw American Nightmare on Netflix, a new docuseries, true crime docuseries on Netflix. Let's start with Laura. Laura seems pretty excited to talk about it. Laura, what did you think?
American Nightmare is a 3-part true crime doc on Netflix. It's got 3 episodes, like 45 minutes each, I think, and it details a abduction that happened. I was it like 2000 what
15.
2015 in Vallejo, California,
Yes.
and
Valley
the
Joe.
the fallout that happened after this very peculiar event. And basically the synopsis is a woman was kidnapped out of her boyfriend's home. The boyfriend went to the police after the kidnapping. They did not believe him. They said, your story is ridiculous. This is 100% a lie. You did something with your girlfriend. They held him for 24 or 48 hours and just grilled him incessantly to try to get him to confess. I enjoyed it immensely. I love true crime. It's fascinating to watch. The initial thought as I was watching it, okay, the guy calls and he says, last night your girlfriend was kidnapped? Immediately, red flag. So I understand how the police are immediately suspicious. My next thought, is this a frat prank? Because it just seems so fucking ridiculous. And it's just overall, it's a good documentary series to really understand how bad law enforcement can get. Sorry, Johnny, I know you're a member. But I'm not saying that all police are like this, but there are precincts or districts where people are just going to the easiest, quickest thing possible and pointing the blame as quick as you can. And I just felt so sorry for this woman, that she has been victimized in so many different ways. It really just made my heart break for her, because very early on, I think it was clear that this guy is just unstable, that he is not in the right mind.
Are we talking about the boyfriend?
The perpetrator, the rapist.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
it was very clear that this guy was just not right. He says, "Oh, we have to have sex." Oh, you mean you have to rape me? Like that and showing her the video of her dad giving her a shower. She was 100% right, and he's conditioning her to set him up as this kind of good guy. You understand what this guy is, and it's a fascinating ride. I 100% recommend it. The only criticism that I would give this series is that American Nightmare is a terrible title. It's so generic. Like they should have done something more pithy or spinny. I don't know what that is, but American Nightmare just not a good title. But the content A plus.
What if it was
We couldn't use
American
Gone Girl.
Nightmare Island? American Nightmare.
Oh, there you go. MARE.
Yeah,
Nope.
I love it.
Nope.
Man.
No, I'm not on
What?
board.
It happened on
'Cause I
Mare
get it.
Island.
Yeah, I understand, but that's too niche. You have to appeal to a national audience. Mare
No one's gonna
Island,
get it.
Mare. Yeah, exactly. No one's gonna get it. It's far too niche. It's got to be something else.
Hmm.
I don't know what that is. I don't have any constructive criticism. I'm just saying the title sucks, but otherwise A plus.
So what out of 5? What are we talking? 5?
5. I have no criticisms. This is a great series.
All right. Johnny, what did you think? What did you feel? How did you feel about Detective Mustard and the FBI analyst?
Officer Park. There's your cousin.
Oh yeah, to see Officer Park, the spokesperson for Vallejo PD, get there and shame my people like that. No, this docu-series, it made me sad. I mean, these were two, law-abiding people that you want to protect, you want to go to bat for. I understand the story was outrageous. It was
fucking ridiculous.
right. I mean, and the details they were just so random. I mean, yeah, I know people in law enforcement, especially over time, they get cynical. They get a little, oh, I know what happened. This person did it, or there's going to be a body somewhere. But it just made me sad because these two people were counting on the cops, and all they got were fingers pointed at them. Like this happened. The girl
Like it
got
wasn't
raped.
even their fingers
Oh.
pointed at them. They were like getting shit talked to by everyone they knew.
Like the interrogation, like I've seen a few, and they've never been that bad. It's just, I mean, you got to think about what's going to happen in the aftermath. Like that detective wasn't thinking like, what happens if I'm wrong? Like, well, this shit's going to be on Netflix, and the whole world is going to see that the employee of the year was a fucking dickhead in the interrogation room to a victim. It just made me sad. It made me a little sad because the perpetrator was a former, I think he was a Marine. Yeah.
And
Sounds
former
about right.
Harvard grad attorney.
Yeah,
Marine /
fucking
Harvard grad.
grad lawyer. They
From
clearly
Sacramento.
lost it. Yeah.
Yeah, that just, man, and he was a predator in so many other
I have-
instances that weren't proven, or they weren't even filed. It just, maybe time has passed, or maybe in those cases the cops treated the victims like shit too. I just don't know, but it
remember
just
the
made me
girl-
sad.
The girl Tracy, when she said she was attacked by Matthew Mueller, and he changed his mind. He's all, you know what? No, I'm not going to do this. You should get a dog. He was giving her tips.
Oh
on how
no,
not to get-
she said that she had been raped before and she didn't want to go through it again. And he
Right,
was
no.
like,
But I'm just saying,
yeah.
when he did this, and he decided to give her tips on how not to have this shit happen again. When she
Mhm.
called the cops were like, well, you sure you didn't just have a bad dream?
Oh,
Didn't
man.
believe her on that shit.
Yeah.
So
that's
Matthew
not
would have
just
got away
one-
with this if he wouldn't have left his phone. But go ahead, Johnny.
Oh no, Maria, give me your input.
Well, I was gonna say
We'll come
for
back.
one for Matthew Miller, it wasn't just the fact if you're counting all these other different places, it wasn't just Valley Joe's police, it's all the places that really did not pursue this guy at all. Like it was different. Dublin, and then there was another place that he was like all around doing this shit too, and no cops in the general Bay Area really did anything about
Well,
it.
Well,
It
it
was
was only
Dublin
Dublin that
cracked
finally
it.
That
came
did
through and
stuff.
cracked the
The
case.
Yeah.
Female cop who was like, you know what? I'm going to look into this shit.
Yeah. But Okay, go ahead, Johnny, because I have some serious thoughts about the way Netflix set this up.
No, we can go back and forth. Tell me
Well,
your
Netflix did a
thoughts.
good job cutting this up, though.
No,
I thought so too.
because they
I
made it
thought
seem
so.
like there was a lot more stuff going on with the FBI agent, and they were going after the boyfriend's ex-girlfriend. And I thought the story was going to be way wilder. I thought, and they're like, we don't know why he did it, and who were the other two rapists that came in and raped her? Because there was 3 of them. Remember, there was like a lot more stuff going on. Netflix made it seem like there was a lot more stuff going on, and then they just cut it off like, oh, he went to prison for 40 years. I was like, cool, but like, what about the other people that did the stuff? And
Right, because
What about the
somebody
agent?
did show up to the cabin, right?
Yes.
And someone else raped her. Someone else.
No, it was him.
No.
He did it twice.
No,
he did it
told
twice.
her.
It was the same
He
guy
told her
twice.
he showed them the video and it wasn't good enough.
Yeah, he's
But
like, I
thought
gotta
there
do
was-
it again.
I thought she said that there were 2 people that came in the room with him.
No, they
just-
came into the house, but not into the room. She heard them talking behind the door, and I was
So
thinking,
there
I'm like,
were
that
still
could
other
be
people.
but that could be fucking nobody. They might not
Could have
know
been
that there's
him.
somebody behind the door.
But then how come also too, then why did he say this was meant for the ex-girlfriend and not you? And the FBI agent was the ex-girlfriend's ex-boyfriend.
That is definitely a weird detail that I was a little bit like, I was hoping it would come to more, but I feel like crime is like that sometimes. You don't always get, a succinct, satisfying answer to every
you
single
don't
question.
always get what you want.
But
Holy
you try
shit! Look at
sometimes.
Get no
You'll
satisfaction.
Someone's
You
been taking
get what
classes.
you
You've been taking
need.
classes, girl.
That's an intermediate
what
voice if
you're
I
talking
ever heard one. Tell you what.
You don't get what you want, but you might get, but you'll get what you need. And that's
can't
enough
get
to
no
know that this
satisfaction.
guy is fucking guilty.
Well,
I mean, yeah,
Matthew,
like send that guy to jail, but
Matthew was no dummy. I mean, he knew Tracy's name, and then that was one of the victim that he gave the tips to. But he knew Aaron, called him by his name. He knew
Right.
Denise. He knew the ex-girlfriend's name. And then not only that, he was so elaborate that he put that red tape on the carpet, almost like don't leave this square. He put a fake camera up in the corner to say, I'm watching you. If that was me, I would have traced this damn wire. I'm like, where's he getting his feed from?
Oh,
So if it's coming-
100% the cops could have done that.
Oh, absolutely they could have. Like, what do you mean he put this camera up? Yeah, check it out. And then find the feed. There's no feed. It's a bullshit camera. It's not a real camera. But then they probably would have blamed Aaron. They probably, well, you put this up. I mean, the way they
Well,
treated him.
The thing too that bothered me was the reporter from the
Oh, yeah.
Chronicle.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey, I'm getting these emails. I'm getting these texts. They're like, okay, yeah, we'll see." That didn't seem like it was
They didn't
followed up
believe him. Yeah.
at all, and
Yeah, nothing.
it just
Oh,
it
remember when
made
the-
me really really sad.
remember the police chick from Dublin? She was like, I kept trying to call the FBI and they really didn't want to fucking talk about it. The way that Netflix set it up made it seem like they were purposely avoiding her, not out of laziness, but because they didn't want her to like dig deeper into the situation. That's where my mind was going.
Just assume bureaucracy in those kinds of cases, that it's a
Well, I think it was because I didn't really I was like, people disappear all the fucking time like this, and the cops never believe them, especially like colored women. Colored women disappear all the fucking time. The cops never do anything about it. So this is really not that interesting. I was really hoping for like the FBI trafficking, being in on trafficking, and some kind of really wild story instead of this. And like, there's a somewhat happy ending at the story. I was like, this is kind of lame for a true crime.
Well,
documentary.
now that you brought up how they don't look for colored women when they get kidnapped, that's why they made that new alert, right?
Well, alert.
The ebony alert.
Oh, I saw
No, I
that.
don't-
That's
It's
what-
like the
for
Amber
colored
Alert,
people
but for
that come
colored
up.
kids.
Yes, for colored kids or colored
The
people.
and they call it the ebony alert.
Ebony
Yeah.
alert. Just like for old people, it's called the golden alert. And now
Okay.
it's the
If I saw a
ebony alert.
golden alert, I'd be like, "Oh shit, it's gonna be sunny in 75 today." Like I wouldn't know what a
Wrong.
fucking golden alert. No old person
Wrong.
gets abducted.
Yeah, I think it's either the golden or silver, but maybe it's silver. That makes more sense. I think silver makes more sense. And Netflix, I thought, did a good job. For the first episode, they made sure Aaron was not wearing a wedding ring. Like, take that shit off. We don't want people to know that you're married, and they might think you're married to Denise. That's what I thought. And then when he started telling his story to the detective, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, this is bullshit. This is the stupidest
soon as
story I've
Matthew
ever
Mustard-
heard.
No, as soon as Matt Mustard, the detective guy, he says,
Detective
"We're treating
Mustard.
you like a victim." I'm like, no, this guy's lying, and
Yeah,
this
yeah,
Austin
right.
guy is
Yeah,
innocent.
this
Right.
is all we got for clothes.
As
Like,
soon as,
"Ooh,
and then they're like
you're a
72.
victim, but you look like an inmate.
You're a victim.
Right. This is
Yeah.
all we got. This is a black and white stripes,
And
buddy.
this is why people
Little
don't like
saber-style.
cops, because they fucking
White people?
lie. No,
That'd be-
everybody. That's why
That'd be
Oh, I
funny.
nobody
thought
likes
why
cops.
people, not white people. I was like, I thought white people like the cops.
No, nobody
why?
likes cops because they lie, and they are allowed to lie. It is
Yeah.
not against our protocols in police work. It is in other countries, and I think that as we're seeing more and more of these stories and it's opening up to the public, we are seeing more and more of those stories. I think in the next 10, 20 years, we're going to adopt some of these protocols that England and other European countries have, that the cops are not allowed to blatantly lie to suspects.
Isn't there case law that states that the cops actually can? It's just like they
Yeah, it's
there's
okay.
there's
Yeah.
laws that have been
It's
gone to the
100%
federal
okay.
courts that have
Yes.
said that
Yeah.
we do
Correct.
this because of A, B, and C. So
Yes,
I
Right.
think it's
and
gonna be kind of hard to overturn, right?
Oh, we can overturn case law all the time. Roe versus Wade. Check it out. It fucking happened. So this we
Google
can do
that
it.
shit.
They're held up to a higher standard, right? But there's no like penalty for the criminal lying. It's just
No, but there's
part
a
of the
promotion.
job.
You'll get a
What's that?
promotion. Detective of the Year.
But I was gonna say
Yeah.
Officer Mustard. He's getting the stats up and everything for the department. They're looking real good. Then Officer Park, he's so unprofessional too. He goes like, they wasted all of our precious resources. Like, girl, it's 2 hours into the investigation and you're already coming out here being so petty and shit. Like, what
Yeah,
the fuck?
I mean, initially it was like there was concern, right? He was like, "Oh, all hands on deck. We're all looking for her, whatever. We're not telling the public. We're treating the boyfriend like a suspect and treating him like shit." And then she shows up, and that's it. All right, you're not a murderer, but that means that she was involved somehow, and it's like,
Gone Girl. They definitely set up a whole elaborate scheme for Gone Girl. Like,
Right.
That's
right.
what I was thinking. Do you think that this case would have been treated in the same way after she showed up
If it wasn't for the
without
movie.
Gone Girl? Exactly.
Yeah.
no, not at all. Not at all.
I don't think so. Well, maybe. Well, when I was like I said, Netflix did it well because when Aaron was telling his story, it seemed to be going well until he got to the part where he told the detective, "Oh yeah, I said I was cold," and the guy said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm wearing a wetsuit." Or we're wearing wetsuits, so he thought it was more than one person, and he gave him a blanket or something.
I guess he
And
was
so this guy
high or
Matthew,
something.
He's a fucking liar. He's
Well,
lying.
sure,
Yeah, there
he,
was one guy.
but he was right, but he didn't know that.
well,
He's
just a story
blindfolded,
in
right?
general. Like it.
Well,
it
he was
was
drugged up, too.
very, It was very outlandish, right?
That's
Like
just it. When he
something
said
that they'd never
wetsuit,
heard before, and
I see the detective like, come on, really? What else is gonna happen? A unicorn came through the fucking window? Come on, guy.
Leprechauns
You know, when he-
did it.
And when he gave him the clothes, like this is all we have, he probably would have been like, you know what? I'm gonna have you bend
just
over,
hang
spread
on
your
to
cheeks,
those.
and cough. It's just protocol.
Yeah.
You're gonna come
See,
take
I
a
didn't-
picture. Just protocol.
There's some
Don't worry about it.
delousing powder. Could be powdered sugar.
See,
I
I
don't know.
didn't know that they were using the word "we" when he was talking to Austin about like being kidnapped. I still think there
Yeah,
was more
we.
people involved in the situation.
I
That
don't
makes
know.
me more think more that the FBI was in on it.
I
I'm just saying
disagree
conspiracy
because-
I
theories.
don't think so.
Because
yeah.
the other times where he was a suspect and when the dad fought him off,
He
Well,
was
no,
there was
but
only-
remember how he said
Yeah.
he
one
was
person.
he was part of the black market. He's part of the black market. So in those few instances, he could have just been doing it on his own. But there were other times, like in this specific case, where he was hired to do something.
No, he's a fucking liar. What
Yeah,
he is, he's a fucking creeper, a rapist, a rapist who feels very conflicted about what he's doing. And
Right.
he concocted that story in order to get compliance from them, like in the sense of like, oh, this is a very official, routine circumstance, that because I'm a professional, I abduct people all the time. You just need to chill out and go along with it and pretend like you like me raping you. That was his tool, which is honestly a very emotionally intelligent tool to employ to get compliance. I think it was 100% a lie. I think whoever those people were who showed up at the cabin, no, they could be fucking people he knew from the bar. Like, stop by. He's got a girl locked in there. They have no way of knowing that.
Yeah.
Also,
but
when he
I mean,
told
it's
her
also,
that
I mean, it's
if you
tough
tell
to
anybody
also.
that I raped you or you go to the cops, I'll know because I'm watching. He's not watching, but he's so he groomed her so well that she probably thought he had to look over her shoulder every minute, right? So the
And
guy
what
knew what he was
fucking-
doing.
And what a fucking psycho that he read in the news that they don't believe her. So that he like comes to their rescue and sends
Right,
emails.
right.
What is going on
That
in
was
this
so
guy's
weird.
brain?
That was really weird. You need
That
to believe
guy-
her.
He is so fucked in the head. Like, I'm so glad that he is away for many, many, many years, because clearly whatever is going on in that noggin of his is just fucked, and it doesn't need to be a part of society.
Well, Marie, before you take off, what did you think? What's your rating for American Nightmare?
1 out of 0. Or 0 out of 5.
1
5.
out of
One out of
0.
It was
zero.
terrible. It was
That's
fucking
a
terrible.
math-
mathematically
Watch the whole
impossible.
thing.
I
You
did
were
watch
in-
the whole thing. It was fucking terrible.
You were engaged. You have opinions. That's not a 0 out of 5.
The only opinion that I had the entire time was like, man, fuck the police. Like, seriously, they are so
But that's
stupid.
what it is. It doesn't have to be positive. The fact that it's a story that was told and you were engaged and you
By white
Or-
people. That story happens all the time to colored people. They
okay,
I watched
fine.
a lot of the first 48. I watched a lot of the first 48. I watched a lot of cops. I watched a lot of cold cases. This is not that interesting compared to everything else. Like, have you ever seen the first 48? That shit is great. The first 48 is like the funniest show ever. They always get the same
funniest
person.
show ever.
It's hilarious. Have you
stole
never
the
seen
words
that
out of
show?
my mouth, Carlos.
Yeah, but
have you guys never seen
Anyway,
the first 48? It's great.
Yes,
You
yes,
watch
I
it all
have
the
seen it.
time.
But I'm just saying, you came away with a strong opinion of fuck the cops. They don't listen to anybody.
yeah, I think
already
she
thought
had that before.
I already thought that. I
Yeah.
already thought
Yeah,
that.
she didn't like Johnny
don't know.
for still doesn't
Okay.
like Johnny. But
Yeah,
whatever.
I get it.
It's because it's never mind. I was gonna make a
So
joke.
you're just mad because
Not-
the FBI wasn't involved. You're just mad because
Yes,
it wasn't as
yes,
deep as
it
you
wasn't
thought
as
it was going to
entertaining.
be.
It wasn't that entertaining.
Well, they,
Was it
I
didn't
really,
entertaining?
answer
Jesus
those
Christ.
questions or close those.
I wanted the
Right,
FBI
right.
to be in
Doors.
on the trafficking stuff, and I wanted them to get dinged and like fucked up. And I'm like, oh, the FBI traffics people? What? The cops traffic people? What? Yes, that's what I wanted.
That's the thing
I-
about life. It doesn't always end in the spectacular way that you think that it might or they think that it will.
And that's when it gets a 1 out of 5.
But
All right,
banality
and
is
you're entitled
life.
to your bad opinion. I mean, it's
your,
not
Okay,
the
but
first
your
time.
rating is as good as your singing. Let's just go with that.
Hey, why you throw in my fucking singing? No one asked for that. I didn't ask you for your fucking opinion about that. I didn't even know it was on Facebook. I bet you someone
Hey,
hacked my account and
You
put it
put
on
it on
there.
a public forum.
Somebody acted. It
Oh.
was it was FBI.
Yes, see, I'm telling you, they're in on everything.
They're after you.
They got speakers in everyone's stuff and every
Yeah.
access
It's
to
like
everyone's
Bloody
Facebook.
Mary. If you say "fuck the police" 10 times, you get something against you. Some
3 times in the
conspiracy.
mirror. Fuck the police. Fuck the police.
You
Fuck
get
the
tackled
police.
down and punched and handcuffed.
Yeah, and then they hack into your Facebook.
Exactly.
And
See,
play
I
that
already-
video.
Johnny already knows. See, he's the one telling all the stuff. He knows what happens behind the scenes, what they do in jail for reals. And
Yeah, exactly. Good call, Marie. Glad you
I
were
know.
here.
But I
Wait,
thought
did Johnny
Netflix
give
set it
his
up
rating?
nicely. Huh?
did Johnny give his rating?
Oh, Johnny, did you give your rating?
I didn't, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 3.5. I mean, I was engaged the whole time. It's just I felt really bad for the story as a whole, and I felt 2.5 million. I felt like
That's not enough.
Vallejo PD got off easy.
100%. I was
'Cause you
like,
know that-
y'all need some more fucking money.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, because of 2.5, a lot of that went to the attorney for
Yeah.
sure.
And half for
Right.
taxes? Fuck
Oh,
that
And then
yeah.
shit.
they had 2 attorneys, I'm sure, with that. So, each is gonna get their cut. Yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
they should
these
have gotten
guys should
more.
be-
But
yeah,
with civil
those guys should
cases,
be living large the rest of their fucking life, and that's
civil
bullshit.
cases, you have to really be careful because civil cases, it's not absolute, like not all. It's just a majority decision.
And defamatory is like harder, even harder too, right?
I mean, I don't think it would have been that hard to prove. I mean, them standing up there telling them that they were the culprits of this crime, but then the jury can also award the damages. And so
punitive damages. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's probably
so
why
like
they
the
settled
jury
out of court.
the jury, yeah, I mean, you
Oh,
just
yeah, they
never
did,
know. The
huh?
jury can say, they only deserve 50,000, or they can say, oh, they deserve 10 million. You just never know with the jury. So,
Right.
Yeah, I
Right.
guess they went with the safe bet. Fuck that. If I were
but
on that
Vallejo
jury,
PD got off easy,
Yeah, they
easy.
did.
And from what I understood, and I was just reading about it, I think they might have sent a letter to the couple, like saying kind of an apology, but there was nothing public, nothing public to the point of where they accused them, press conference, everyone sitting there, hearing that this rape victim and this kidnap victim, just got fingers pointed at them. The apology wasn't anywhere close to that. So Vallejo, they had a chance to make it right and they just didn't. I mean, they just made it right with money, but that wasn't,
Not
by
really.
choice.
yeah, was not enough money.
No, it wasn't enough in my
No,
opinion.
and even the FBI guy who gave the polygraph, he goes, "You 100% failed this."
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah,
that's
the look on his face
lies.
when the dude lawyered up, he was like, "You
Yeah,
motherfucker!"
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
right?
You could
'Cause,
see
ah.
he was like,
So you sure you want to do that? You just failed. You sure you want? You sure you want?
good
Come
for
on
him.
now.
Fucking Aaron has obviously seen some true crime shit and he knows he was trying to be helpful. He was trying to play the game and he's like, I'll take your poly. And as soon as they said that he failed, he's like, I guess I need a lawyer. Good for
I
you,
don't-
Aaron. Lawyer up, motherfuckers.
I just don't think that because
Wow.
it's like someone who
This
doesn't
is why
commit
I
a crime
signed
like
up.
that, you really don't have anything else to go back on. You're like, I'm trying to help you guys out. I'm trying to help you figure this out. And you are legit not believing me. Like, there's nothing else I can do. I can't defend myself. Because I think someone who actually did, if they did do a murder on accident, they would kind of like try to cover their ass and make something up. But since he didn't do it, he doesn't have anything else to say. He's just like, I don't know what else to do. I guess I'm going to have to get my lawyer. Because I don't think a lot of people don't know that those polygraphs aren't accurate. A lot.
Not at all. Yeah. They're complete like crapshoot.
Have you guys ever taken a polygraph?
No, I'd love to. As you
Oh my
know,
God,
Johnny,
so-
I would absolutely love to.
She
Yeah, well-
likes it like that.
Yeah, I'll strap you in and then let's see where it goes because
Ooh. Sounds sexy.
Strap one on.
it's so fucking
Yeah.
In,
stressful.
not on,
Like,
in.
whatever.
What?
I'll be the catcher. Whatever. What are we talking about?
Nothing new.
Anyway, as I was trying to say, episode 1, near the end, I was like, okay, maybe this guy's full of shit. Episode 2, I talked to Denise, and Denise is going along with this story. I'm like, man, this story just getting weirder and weirder. And I'm not 100% believing her. But then episode 3 just drops the bombshell where all this is true. Everything's like, no, dummy, this is it. This is what happened. But just the idea that Matthew drove from South Lake Tahoe all the way to Huntington Beach, and he knew where she lived. He was doing his homework. This guy knew a lot about all his victims.
He's a
So
fucking stalker.
yeah,
I just wish they
Bear
would have
Island Creeper.
found out why he was trying to kidnap the other
the
girl.
other girl. Yeah, yeah.
Because of the FBI, bro.
No. My theory is that he has he long-term stalked his victims. And so they had only broken up like a month before. So he wasn't like in on the recent change. And so he came in expecting the other girl and then found this one and was like, well, fuck, this puts a kink in my plan, but I'm just going to roll with it. That's my theory. I have nothing to support that. That's just where my thought goes.
See, it's very. There's a lot more to support that David Seamus guy was in on it.
Was that her
Okay,
ex?
you know what,
that was the FBI
fiance's
Yeah,
ex?
guy.
What supports that? The fact that otherwise that he was just her
I don't
ex?
think it mattered what
Because
you
there
would
was
have said.
other people
Marie would have
involved.
fucking just said, "Oh, conspiracy." If you could have said, "Oh, I like fucking mushrooms on my pizza. I knew it.
Ew,
Fucking
ew,
FBI.
Yeah,
Fucking
gross. Yes, absolutely. Who eats
conspiracy.
mushrooms.
The
Gross.
FBI made that pizza. Jesus fucking Christ, Marie.
I'm just saying, you guys are not giving, like, look what they already did. Didn't they lose their credibility in the fact that they like blamed the victims immediately? They didn't do any investigation. And like when she finally gets dropped off at her house, they're like, they wasted our precious resources. Like throughout the entire time, they did nothing. They tried to hide their own shit. They tried to like, you know, they did not do a very good job. It wouldn't surprise me if they were in on it, if the FBI agent wasn't in on it, because they have the power to hide stuff more than a regular person would. I'm just saying.
Well, he definitely should have been taken off the case, and the fact that they didn't was kind of shitty.
The conflict of interest was huge,
if not
yes.
taken off, then you need to disclose that right away.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know if he disclosed it, and they said, "Yeah, it's fine." Like, anyways, it just made me sad.
Yeah, see, making you think now. I see.
No,
that's
that's it. I fucking quit. I'm turning in my badge. Thank you, Marie. I'm gonna take music classes with you. You stupid
Yes,
shit.
it's fun.
All right. Well, I give it a 5 out of 5.
Ew.
Holy
Had me
shit.
engaged the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
damn
because you
straight.
know what,
Thank you, Carlos.
my wife watches a lot of the true crime stuff, and usually what I'll do when she watches it, they'll say, "Oh, Stephen Jones" or whatever, and I'm like, "All right, fuck it, I'm just gonna Google Stephen Jones, Delaware," and then I just find out what happens. This one, I actually didn't hear about it in 2015. I think I was in patrol at the time. It was a good.
Thank you for
talk.
stopping by, Marie. Enjoy
Thank
your
you for having
evening.
me. Thanks for letting me come on the show. I like literally begged Carlos to come back on. I was like, let me have, but okay, but thank you for having me. This was a good conversation. Laura, I wish that I could see your face, but
I'm
it is what it is,
sorry.
and it-
But
it's
there's
nice
a
to hear your voice.
conspiracy, and they're not letting you see
Stop.
her.
Stop it. I
Because
think
if you look
so.
into
I
her
think
eyes,
so.
you're gonna fall in love. That's what the conspiracy is.
All righty.
Damn straight.
Let's take a break here on Nerds Talking the Podcast. Be right back after this.
Bye, Marie. I
Okay.
admire you. You are like getting ready as you go. You're putting your backpack on. You go, girl.
I'm very busy these days, so I know how it is to multitask. But I know that I'm always like a lot of chaos and craziness, and I appreciate it. Even though you guys, I can see the eye rolling. I can see it. I appreciate you letting me come on.
Anytime.
Let me know if you need some more chaos in your life. I
Will do.
Yeah.
I'm sort of free on some.
Anytime
Wednesdays.
I
I'm not
want to
really
question my life, we're gonna give you a call.
free. That's what I'm here for.
Thank you,
You're
girl.
welcome.
Enjoy
Bye,
your
guys.
game.
See ya.
Thanks. Bye.
Taco Tuesdays with Nutso and Chuck the Rap Star. Every Tuesday on the Nerds Review Network. Grab a taco, take a seat, pop a burrito, it's gonna get deep. Subscribe and turn on your notifications, and don't forget to hit that like button.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. I'm here with Johnny and Laura. Maria has vacated us. She's off to bigger and better things. Like
Where did she go,
career.
Carlos?
She went to her homeless soccer game, which she missed by an hour and a half because she was here on the show, thinking that it was going to be after the show.
She
So-
left, and then like 5 minutes later, she texted, "Oh my god, the game was an hour and a half ago." Shit. So they probably won. That's good.
She could have used.
Good old Marie.
So Laura, how is the dieting going? How's it? Can we get an update as to what's going on? And what's the name of the stuff you're on again?
It's called phentermine.
Oh, that's
I've-
right. Only one fen.
One fen, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like speed light. In fact, I looked it up this week. I was like, is phentermine an amphetamine? No, not technically. It's in the same like chemical family, but as the internet described it to me, it's like speed light.
You can't make meth out of it.
Exactly. You can't.
Yeah.
So it's going pretty well. So it's been 2 weeks. I have weighed myself because it was I was like, I'm not ready. Because if that scale number doesn't change, I get really demotivated. But I weighed myself yesterday. I'm 4 pounds down in 2 weeks. I think that is a big win. I'm very excited, trying to continue this momentum.
Well, congratulations.
Good
Are
for
you
you.
noticing anything?
No, I'm not noticing jack shit. 4 pounds is like nothing, but it's okay. It's a good start, and I'm just continuing on the path, continuing on good habits. Big news in the household. We have installed a second television.
So you're
Laura,
up to
I
two
don't know what.
TVs.
I
What
feel like
country do you
even
live
Marie
in?
has 2 televisions. Jesus Christ. How
Well,
far behind are you?
This was like a choice. We decided like we were only going to have the one TV in the living room. And then we have like a tiny, tiny TV in the basement, the old retro TV. And Austin's mom died. My husband's mom died. And she had a big TV in her nursing home. And the siblings said, Austin, you take it. We have TVs in every room in our house. So we put that in the bedroom. And so that is my new locale at the end of the night. Once the kids have retired, I go to the bedroom and I don't eat in the bedroom. That's a big change because if on the couch, oh, that's a free for all. Bedroom, no eating. So it's actually quite nice.
So
We
that's why the big TV is not in the living room.
well, I mean, it's the same size as the other one, whatever
Oh.
size that is. So one in the bedroom, one in the living room, and Austin and I, we curled up last night and we watched Star Trek Next Generation with each other, which is like a throwback to how we started our relationship. It was a very fun, like cozy evening.
I don't know
So
what
I'm
kind of
for
reaction.
it.
Like, how retro did you get? Did he get a hand job? Like,
No, we got
Under the
it.
covers?
Nothing. No, we just like talked to each other and like laughed and made puns about the episodes we were watching. That's how old school it got. You got to start at the bottom to work your way up to the hand job under the covers.
I don't know what kind of reaction.
quiet
you
down.
thought-
My mom's in the other room.
You thought you were gonna get when you told us you got 2 TVs. It just reminded me of that scene from Back to the Future. You have 2 TVs?
Yeah.
Like, congratulations.
And they were like, oh, no way. He's lying.
He's lying.
But he has 2 TVs.
It's a big step for us, you know?
I don't know if you were hoping for congratulations, but I mean, I have TVs in rooms that I never go
Welcome
in.
to the
Bookie.
21st century.
It's just a different way of
I have one in my
living life.
garage.
No.
But yes,
Carlos, how many TVs you got in the house?
3 currently.
I got
where
4.
where are they?
One
Give
in
me
the
the
living room, one in the
locales.
bedroom, one in the garage.
Are you serious? You have one in the garage?
Yeah, for when I
What
work
do you
out
do
or when
in the-
I'm doing my hobbies or whatever.
Okay. Oh, I
Mm.
forgot that garages in California are like basements. Like
Mm,
nobody parks their cars in there.
no, my cars are in there.
You also have room for a
Well, I
workout?
move. When I want to work out, I'll move it outside.
You're gonna have to explain this. I'm a Midwest.
See, what happens
He
is that
moves
you
the
open the
cars
garage
outside.
door. Yeah, you open the garage door, and then you get into the car. You start the ignition. You put it in reverse, and then you'll 3-point turn.
Slow
I guess,
down,
out
Carlos.
of
You
the
only got 2 TVs. Slow down.
But
And then
you
I will
also
park
have
it on the curb, which gives me room now, half a garage. I can do hobbies, or I can work out and watch TV at the same time.
Okay, workout as in like, do you have a weight set or just we talking like
No, I have
you
a
know,
Bowflex
weight,
adjustable dumbbell set.
and that fits along with the 2 cars. Interesting.
Yes, it's
You have a bigger garage than I do then.
well, since you just got 2 TVs, I'm gonna imagine you have a single car garage.
No, we have a 2-car garage, but it is 100% full with 2 cars.
So it's
There's no
snug,
room
like-
for a Bowflex.
There's no storage. Not a Bowflex. Bowflex weights. They're just dumbbells that are adjustable.
Oh.
So they take up maybe 2 feet by 3 feet.
Okay. All right. All right. Now I'm understanding a little bit better.
Yes.
So you
Okay.
work out for just a physical space. Do you have a basement?
No, Sacramento, there's no basements. California, I don't think
Okay.
there's
There are a
basements.
few.
Again, this
Sacramento?
is a
Yeah, in
this is a
Sacramento.
regional difference. So I also have weight sets and those kinds of things. They're always in the basement, but that makes sense. So you put back the car out to make room for the weight lifting, but the weights
Yes,
themselves don't take
yes,
up a lot of
right.
space.
No, you're
I'm
right.
picking up what you're putting down now.
Because in Michael Bryant's old house, our guest from last week, He had a basement in his house. I remember. It wasn't very big, but still a basement.
Where are all your TVs, Johnny?
Living room, bedroom, guest room, and one in the loft.
Does anybody watch the Loft TV?
Yeah, I do all the time. That's where I play my video games. That's where I do the laundry. His laundry room is right next to the
That's
loft.
right. He has an upstairs
Got it.
laundry room.
Upstairs
Right.
laundry. Okay. This is fascinating to me. I know this is stupid, but like these are just like the different ways that people's houses are set up. It does make a difference in how you live your life. I'm a dork. I'm sorry.
Do you still have a rotary phone?
No, we don't
As
have
a decoration, I'm sure, right?
Probably.
It was from World War II. Like
I want
Okay,
a red
important
phone.
calls were made from this.
Yeah, I want a red phone just for decoration. But if you pick it up, it's gonna be live. Like, oh shit, it's a red phone.
With just
we
one button.
do
Yeah,
Oh, the
own
commissioner.
not even that. Just a light in the middle. Just a light in the middle.
we do own a rotary phone, but there is no landline to connect it to. I wish there was. Does anybody else get this fear? I don't. It happened more when my babies were young, but I will lose my phone all the time. And I'm like, what if an emergency happens and I need to call 911 and I can't find my cell phone? This was a fear of mine. It's happened less in the last like 6 to 12 months.
Mhm.
But I'm like, I need a landline so I can call 911 in case I
No,
lose
get
my
a
phone.
smartwatch.
Get a
It's gonna
smartwatch.
because
That's
the
a Fitbit.
smartwatch.
It's not a goddamn
Yeah.
It will
smartwatch.
page my phone, which is the only thing I need a smartwatch to do if I need to find my phone. I discovered this capability only because my baby was playing with it and
Oh, really?
accidentally found the Find My Phone feature. And my
Your
phone
3-year-old
started
child
buzzing.
taught you how to use your phone.
Not my
Well,
The
3-year-old.
baby.
Oh Jesus!
Baby. I was
Wow.
like, life is good. Thank
The
you,
baby.
Amelia.
She also probably suggested a third TV. Hey, we need another TV.
Yeah.
She doesn't talk yet, but you need
Yeah.
another
She
TV.
was saying it with her eyes.
But my smartphone has a function where if I click it once and then I hit this little button, and not only that, I pay $10 for my cell service on my watch.
Mm,
So should I lose my phone, then I can talk to people on my watch.
you can Dick Tracy it on your phone. My husband has that too.
Absolutely.
I just have the Find My Phone, which is all I need. I need it to make a noise and I can find it. So maybe, actually, now that I say that, maybe this last 6 months of anxiety relief that I've had about not having a landline has just been alleviated by this stupid little Fitbit.
Boom. There you go.
So
You probably thought it
there
was
we
Find
go.
My Wine Glass function. Fucking wine glass.
I never lose that, Carlos.
Yeah.
Never. I always know where my wine is.
The last time I had a landline, I would get maybe average of 2 calls a week, and they were always telemarketers.
Telemarketers.
100%. Yeah.
And that
Useless.
was like 15 years ago. And I had a cell phone at the time. It was just like I had the same thought. It was like, what if we had an emergency or whatever. But it was me and my ex, and I really didn't like my ex, so I don't know what the emergency would have been. I would have been like,
maybe-
"Oh, she
Come
got
in and fucking
kidnapped."
kill
or-
her.
Yeah, I don't need a landline for that.
You end up on the staircase.
They would have found out exactly who
911.
killed her.
Mr. Lee, why was the phone cord ripped out of your wall? Fuck. I don't know,
Hey,
man.
hey, man,
Mm.
like
Couldn't make a call. What do you want me to do?
you can't poke this bear so many times. That's what my state would be. I'd just take the deal, whatever deal you got.
I watched a movie on Netflix, Queenpins. This movie came out, I think it's like
2021.
and it's basically a movie about these like bumbly females that basically like do a heist job, a fraud, and are doing all of this coupon frauding. The movie was fucking hilarious. Carlos, did you see it?
I did. I saw it. Yeah.
And what did you think?
I wish there was more scenes like the I forget his name now. Stingray from Cobra Kai. Where
That fucking actor. I don't remember his name, but yeah,
where
he's
he
awesome.
shits himself. He takes one for the team. Oh, that was so funny. And Vince Vaughn's reaction was great. I wish there was more stuff like that. But it was an entertaining movie. I enjoyed it. BB Rexa can act. I was surprised. I'm like, damn, girl. Oh, you could act, but all right. Yeah. She was the hacker. The girl, the hacker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, this movie entertained me to no end, and I wouldn't have really had anything to say about it other than like, oh, I enjoyed it. It was funny, it was engaging, I liked it, but I happened to look it up because I was like, oh, I'm interested in the true story. And it's one of those stories, like it was a true story, heavily, quote, inspired. So they made a lot of tweaks to make it entertaining. But while I was looking that up, I happened to stumble upon the Google reviews and other reviews for this movie. And they were bad. And I was like, why all the hate? Because I enjoyed it so, so much. And I was reading through some of the reviews, and there was a lot of hate on this. And I was kind of cheesed after reading these reviews because I'm like, people were upset. They're like, oh, these women got away with it and it's awful and we're glorifying crime. And I was sitting there and I'm like, I have watched Wolf of Wall Street. Wolf of Wall Street won a fucking Oscar for a dude who was a total asshole living out his complete douchebag fantasies while being a fraudster. And everybody loved it. But when you see women kind of doing the same thing and not even half as well, which was, of course, part of the entertainment because they were woefully bad at it, yet still managed to get away with it.
Right, right.
But there's so much hate about it. And it really got me up in arms and like my feminist hackles were raised because I was just like, y'all, this is a funny movie about women who were like trying to get by and doing the wrong thing, doing illegal things. The ending was a little bit too rosy in the very end. Like, oh, it doesn't matter how you get to the finish line as long as you get it. Well, I don't know that I agree with that, but it was a fucking funny movie and it had top stars in it. So people obviously saw the genius of it. Anyway, it just pissed me off.
Well, two things. One, you say wolf really funny. It's that Midwestern. You say woof of Wall Street. I don't know. I can't even.
Like Barbara Walters?
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street.
That is not what it sounds like.
No, that's what it.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Well, I didn't personally. I didn't like that movie. I didn't see Queenpins. I know the backstory of it. The like two girls when the FBI raided them, they had more than $25 million worth of fake coupons. They seized more than $2 million worth of assets, weapons, boats, a 40-foot boat, 21 vehicles. So I know the backstory of it, but I don't think it's a male versus female thing. Like, I didn't enjoy Wolf of Wall Street. I just thought it was the same thing. It was like glorifying this fucking fraudster. The performances were pretty good, and it was I don't know. I guess it shed a light on a business that I had no idea what it was about. But still, I didn't. I don't know. The whole feminist like you're hating on this because it's a girl movie type of thing. I don't think that's the case.
I wouldn't have thought that, honestly. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought it until I went through the Google reviews and read them. And I read all of the 1 and 2 star reviews because that's where you're going to find your answers, right? You're not going to find them in the 5 stars who love it no matter what. You're going to find it in the lower ratings that drive down the overall rating, what that thought was. And I found multiple reviews that used the same terms, which was alpha male. they were all like, her husband was just some alpha male who was trying to do the right thing. And I'm like, what incel group posted this movie and it got so much hate? Seriously, go through, read the Google reviews on the low end and look at it and see where all this hate came from. And the critic reviews were also kind of low. And so I think of it this kind of thing as like, okay, we have the general idiots giving their very gut reaction on the Google reviews, and then you have maybe the critics who are giving more biased, unconscious bias reactions to the movie, because I thought it was fucking hilarious. Vince Vaughn's and whatever his name is, the guy Stingray from Cobra Kai, and the other genius movie that he was in. What was the big one that he was in?
The bomber movie, the
The
Olympic
Climber. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul
Whatever
Walter
his name.
Hauser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
He was in Richard Jewell.
Yes, Richard Jewell. That was what it was. He's great. He's in it.
Great.
He's very funny. Kristen Bell is obviously always hilarious, and it's funny. It's entertaining. It's a very good character-driven piece. You understand where everyone is coming from, not only the women, but also the men. You understand what their needs are and why they're grasping this thing, which is, I feel like, a unique thing for a comedy. Comedies are all often surface level, but I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling now. I
Yes.
just wanted to talk about it. I loved it. I hate the reviews. I want people to watch it.
Paul Walter Hauser was in Super Troopers 2
Oh, was
very
he?
Was he
briefly.
really?
He was playing the Canadian Farva,
Oh.
and somebody bumped him. He's a move faster, finger blaster. And he didn't have very many lines, but move faster, finger blaster.
And that makes me happy because dude has been grinding in the industry and he's finally getting the recognition he deserves.
I agree. I
huge
like
props.
him.
Yeah.
He was on the Super Troopers guys had a podcast called Chewing It, and he was on there just talking. I mean, I like him in just about everything that I've seen him in.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen him in anything I didn't like him in. Richard Jewell was the first thing that I really was like, took note. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that kind of character often plays the fumbling idiot, which he does in Queenpin. But obviously he goes to depths. So I know you don't listen to this podcast, but props to you, sir.
And Laura, what rating would you give Queenpins?
4.5 out of 5.
1 out of
Holy
0?
shit.
Oh, 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
4.5.
I loved it. Loved it.
I think Marie said some shit like 0 divided by 1, which
We'll do a math
or 1
lesson
divided by
later.
0,
It's
which
fine.
is mathematically impossible.
Is that Common Core? What is that? What's going on right there? All right, well.
She should have given it a 3 in B minor. That fucking intermediate voice. She's not here to defend herself, so that's unfair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, true.
I'm gonna get
Shush.
text messages up the ass tomorrow. She's going to hear this. She listens.
We love you, Marie.
Anyway. So on that note, I guess we'll call it a night, a day, or whatever time zone you're in. Johnny, you got
What'd
anything
you give
else? Oh,
What'd you give
I give it a 3 out of 5. It was fun. It was
Entertaining.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever gotten any like crazy coupon?
Oh, that reminds me. I used to
shit.
date some crazy chick, and she would do that shit. She would call the phone numbers or email or mail the numbers on the boxes. She had like a closet full of like laundry detergent. I'm like, why do you have all this? Oh, because look, when I squeezed the bottle, a little bit came out. So I called them and told them, and they sent me a coupon for a free one. And then she would call the number about like Cheerios and get a free coupon. Yeah, she would get free coupons. I'm like, oh.
That's
Dude,
the great thing about this movie is that it highlights that psychology, right? You need a win so bad. Your life is so shitty you need a win with a free bottle of Tide.
Right? Yeah.
They have
Yeah,
a
yeah.
show called Extreme Couponing. Have you ever seen that?
I've seen some.
It's
Yeah,
mostly
yeah.
in the Midwest, and they'll like
Oh,
get a whole
100%
cart full of
Midwest.
shit.
They'd have like a train of
for-
carts, right? Like 3 or 4 carts, and get it for like 2
Yeah.
cents. Oh, my fucking! Here, you got change for a dime? Keep
Dude,
the fucking
my
change, guy.
sister-in-law, she coupons at Safeway, and there's just something that she does, but she gets a whole cart full of shit for like, well, if she pays $9, she's paying way too much. That
Oh, really?
that's great. I mean, but you don't get to pick the flavor cereal you want. You might
Right,
have to
yeah,
eat
yeah.
like hot links, the no brand hot links for a week. But
For a month.
it was still she still gets all that, and she'll bring over shit all the time. Like, oh, I got this, for free. It's like I don't know, sriracha mayo. I'm like, all right, like I guess this is part of our diet now. Like, so when I throw it
it's
away,
never
it's not too much guilt.
it's never fresh fruits and vegetables that are couponing
Right, yeah,
wins
yeah,
or
Yeah.
prepackaged bullshit. But yeah, because I was watching the movie, and so I am a person that if I am unsatisfied with a product, I am 100% that person who will call the number on the box. But I won't do it fraudulently. It's in the sense of I'm genuinely unhappy with it. I pay good money for it. And if you have a thing on the back that says satisfaction guaranteed, I'm going to let you know. So
But
I
do
did
you
think
get
about
coupons for it or free shit?
that. So if things say satisfaction guaranteed, they'll often say like send your proof of purchase to this address. They'll send you back a cashier's check for whatever you paid for it.
But do
So I
you go through it, or are you the person that just wants to call and let them know what you think?
Oh no, I don't want to talk to anybody. No, I want to do the mail scenario. I'll send it out, stick a stamp on it. It's worth 50 cents to me for you to send me a cashier's check for $8. I'll take a picture of it on my phone. 100%. Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, your money is hard earned, and companies can get away with, putting substandard products out, but if people complain enough, they will make adjustments. So in my opinion, that is your responsibility as a responsible consumer to let people know that they have shitty products.
I did that once.
And
Bought a
what
box of
happened?
honeycomb, and they changed the recipe. I'm like, you
Mm.
sons of bitches. So I emailed them and told them, you changed the recipe, didn't you? I asked them. And then this is a horrible taste. And that's all they said. They emailed back and said something along the lines that, yes, we're going back to our old recipe. We've gotten several complaints about the recipe being changed and blah, blah, blah. And I said something about along the lines of, sending proof of purchase. I'm like, no. You already satisfied me by saying you're bringing back the old recipe. Keep my money. But yeah, I was like,
There you go. But that's what
I
I'm saying.
tried that. I tried that with Groupon. It's like, the service was terrible and fuck it.
oh, group. Then they
And
banned you for life.
me. Yeah, they banned me for life. So I need to get
I
a new
remember
email
that
address.
story.
Yeah. Well, luckily,
It doesn't always work. You just have to choose your words correctly.
Well, luckily,
apparently.
Post Cereal didn't ban me for life.
True story. You guys know those heart candies they
Yes, the hard
they
ones. Yeah.
The
sell for
Valentine's.
Valentine's
Yeah.
Day?
Yeah.
I started a Facebook group one time
Oh my God.
because in I would say like 2015, 2010, somewhere in that 5-year range, they changed their recipe
Oh.
from the classic 1920s recipe for a beloved candy that I've been eating my whole fucking life. And they changed it with no like new recipe, no nothing on the packaging. And I was livid. I started a Facebook group about people who are pissed off about the Necco change. And you know what?
Necco's out of business.
No, well,
Thanks
yes,
to you.
Necco is out of business.
Thanks to you and your
Necco is out of
Facebook
business.
page.
No,
Your group.
they're out of business because they changed their fucking recipe. But somebody bought the brand, and they have gone back to the original recipe. Go to your local grocery store, pick up a Sweethearts candy bag in your local grocery store. They will say now on it original recipe.
Like Hostess, when the
They-
workers try to get more money, they went on strike. Hostess was like, "Well, we're closing shop."
Yeah.
And they did. They closed shop.
Yeah, so yeah, Necco is out of New England. So I feel like there's going to be some signs on the side of the highway. Used to work at Necco. Fucking Facebook group.
Tore us down. Ripped us apart.
Tore us down. I lost my house. Anything can help.
Whatever. Poor business decisions, responsible consumer. I was unhappy. I let the world know. Hundreds of people joined it. Now Necco is out of business, but somebody else bought it and they are back to their original 1900s recipe.
Okay,
That's
well,
all I got to say about that.
congratulations. You made some
My one
changes.
big win in my life. You can put that on my tombstone.
All right. Well, if anyone else has, Johnny, you got anything else?
No, I'm just looking at all the Necco stuff that I missed out on.
Oh, Hugh was a big fan of the Necco wafers, the colored ones, not the chocolate
Yeah.
ones, colored ones.
I like the chocolate ones though. They were good.
Clark bars. Oh, they're Necco.
Oh,
I
really?
haven't seen a Clark bar in years.
Me neither.
You can get them at some like specialty candy shops. Crackle Barrel. Oh, do you guys have Crackle Barrel in California?
Yeah, they smell
What?
like shit when you walk in there.
Quackle Bell.
What?
I don't think it's a
'cause I'm
Midwest
drunk.
accent. I think it's the
I think I'm
wine.
drunk. Yeah, I think it is too.
Well, we got a
Cracker
couple of Quackle
Barrel.
Bells.
Guacamole.
Forever.
You're making me sound Asian, Johnny.
Oh, that wasn't my
Was that the
intention.
Princess Bride one?
Yeah, that's
Marriage.
Marriage.
Oh yeah.
Cracker Barrels
Yes,
have all kinds of
yes.
retro candy, and
They do
Clark bars
in their
are one of
shop.
those things.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
enjoy those shops. We went to one in, where was it? Tahoe?
Oh yes.
Last
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone
And
loves Cracker
they
Barrel.
don't have old school prices, that's for sure.
No.
You're paying like $2 for lemon heads.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
It's a stretch,
But
but
if you dine in, you can get to-go meals for like $5. They're
where?
pretty great.
Quacko Bow.
At Quackle Barrel. You can dine in, and then you say, you know what? I want dinner to go along with
Yeah,
this.
do you have to wear a bib
$5.
because you're speaking this way?
Baby talk.
Shut the fuck up.
There
Did
she
you
is.
watch Wolf of Wall Street at Quacko Barrel?
I've had a whole bottle of wine, and I have a meeting at 7:30 tomorrow morning with my chief marketing officer.
Lovely.
Wish me luck.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, well, Lori, got anything else besides speech therapy
Nope.
coming up next week? Nope. Okay.
Nope.
All right. Well,
Good luck on your ESL classes.
All right. Well, all I got is I watched this series on Netflix called "Fool Me Once" by Harlan Coben. Harlan Coben. Fool Me Once.
Who's in that?
Nobody you'd know, but
The Netflix one, right?
yes, Netflix. But what I want to say is, if James Gunn's listening, or anybody from his camp is listening, Michelle Keegan is your next Wonder Woman. This woman is smoking hot. She looks like she could be a Wonder Woman, and she can act. So mark my
Oh,
word.
no, she's
Michelle
hideous.
Keegan.
Send her to me. She's a reject. Send her to me.
Please.
Holy shit. She's ridiculous.
No, right? She could definitely fill in for Gal Gadot. She is smoking.
But why fill in for Gal Gadot though? I mean, Gal Gadot still got it.
Well, I don't know. They seem to be casting everybody. I mean, Gal Gadot still thinks she has the job, but even Aquaman,
She looks like a baby. How old is she?
who cares? As long as she's over
Well,
18.
I would talk to her like Bookie talks. Well, you want to go to Quackle Barrel, Michelle Keegan?
Who
You
did
want
know?
to watch the Waffle Wall tweet?
Who did know for
Too
once?
skinny.
Have you seen Gal Gadot?
Yeah.
She's tiny.
I know, but Michelle Keegan, I'm seeing these photos. It looks like she's using like an Instagram filter to like tighten her waist.
Well,
Alpha female talking right now.
I'm just saying.
Little-
I am not an alpha female.
Feminism coming into play. A little hate.
I'm
Oh,
a
well,
Omega. Stay the fuck away from me. I do my own shit. Just saying. She looks very young. And
She's
like she
36.
uses.
boom.
Is she really?
Wonder Woman
Mhm.
age. Good enough for me. Yeah.
All
No,
right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
36.
Anyway,
Wow.
just wanted to put that out
Looking
there.
young, girl. You look like you're fucking 23. Good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. There's your next Wonder
Yeah.
Woman. Make it happen. Make it happen. She does have a strong British accent, so I don't know, but she can act.
Voice coach.
She
She's
can
got
act.
it. Yeah.
Oh, send her the number to yours. Maybe you guys can work out a deal or something.
Hook off.
There was no accent with that
No,
one.
there wasn't.
Very good. Your classes are paying off, Bookie.
Fuck off.
All right, well, for Laura.
Goodbye.
For Johnny.
All right.
All right. And I'm Carlos. We'll see you next week.